On Sunday, July 14th at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, it's the Euro 2024 final at the Olympiastadion Berlin between Spain and England. Now, Spain will be coming into this looking to win their fourth all-time Euros title and take the all-time lead, having last won in 2012 and 2008, while England look for their first Euros win and their first win at a major tournament since 1966. However, England are back in the final in back-to-back tournaments now after losing to Italy in the 2020 Euros. That score ended 1-1 with Italy going on to win in PKs. Now, bets on the under 2.5 have actually been a common theme in finals of the Euros of late, as the under 2.5 has gone 7-3. And we've also, in fact, rarely seen shootouts between both teams getting involved here, as the both teams to score has gone just 3-7 as well. So only 3 times in the last 10 tournaments have we seen both teams scoring. That Italy-England final was the only both teams to score yes in the last 5. Now let's get more into this game, but just before that, if you want to take advantage of some of the great new customer offers, promotions, risk-free bets, deposit match bonuses of up to $1,000 or even up to $1,500, click on my link down there in the comments, this link right here, signupexpert.com/shredthespread, and you can see a list of all the available offers in your area from all the top sports books. Now for this game in the final, the odds will see Spain coming in as favorite at plus 150 to win in regulation. The draw plus 180, England plus 240. Now if we're looking to advance by any means, regulation, extra time, or PKs, Spain odds-on favorites minus 138, and England plus 110, these odds being over at Bet365. The over 2.5 plus 150, the under heavily favored at minus 180. Both teams to score yes plus 100, and the no minus 138. For Spain, their path to the final saw them beat Croatia 3-0 match day 1, then a 1-0 win over Italy, a 1-0 win over Albania, into the knockout rounds in the round of 16, a 4-1 win over Georgia in the quarterfinals, a 2-1 win over Germany where they needed extra time, and then in the semifinals last round, a 2-1 win over France versus France in the semifinals. This game could have really gone either way, in my opinion, beforehand. While so many Euros games had lacked the goals, there was so much talent on the field that there certainly was a chance we could see some goals here. And we did, to start with at least. It started with goals from France in the 9th minute from Randal Colomani, and then Spain in the 21st and the 25th minutes from Lamine Yamal and Dani Olmo. Yamal's goal made him the youngest scorer in Euros history ever at just 16 years old. Olmo's goal gave Spain what turned out to be the winner, as there was no more goals scored in the second half. Spain goes on to win 2-1. Final stats, 59% possession for Spain, shots 9-6 France, shots on target 3-2 France, corners 6-4 France, and the XG 1.1 to 0.7 for France. Meanwhile, for England, their path here not been quite as straightforward, but they've still made it here without losing a game. Match day 1, a 1-0 win over Serbia. Match day 2, 1-1 draw with Denmark, a 0-0 draw with Slovenia in match day 3, and on to the round of 16. It was a 2-1 win in extra time over Slovakia. Quarterfinals, a 1-1 draw with Switzerland, where they went on to win in PKs, and last round in the semifinals, a 2-1 win over the Dutch. Now in England versus Netherlands, the Dutch exploded out of the gate with an early strike from Xavi Simons with just 7 minutes in. The lead wouldn't last long. Denzel Dumfries being called on what looked like a 50-50 challenge on Harry Kane in the box, where he maybe was just trying to block the ball but did make some contact with Kane. After a VAR review, that led to a PK, which Kane would go on to score. Dumfries got some redemption moments later, stopping a ball right on the line from Phil Foden right on the goal line. Foden also grazed the post at around the half-hour mark. Depay comes off in the 35th minute for the Dutch. The half ends 1-1. It was definitely one of the better halves we've seen England play in this tournament. They had 63% possession, 4 shots on target to just 1 for the Netherlands. Now, despite those early goals, the game was mere moments away from ending 1-1 and going to extra time. Another game for England that could have gone to extra time or penalties. But Kane and Foden got subbed off late in the half. It was their replacements, Cole Palmer and Ollie Watkins, who created the moment of magic England needed, with Palmer passing to Watkins, blasted a shot to the corner of the net in the 90th minute, sending England into the final with that 2-1 win. Stats in that game, 59% possession for England, shots 9-7 England, shots on target 5-2 England, corners 3-0 Netherlands, XG 1.2 to 0.5 for England. Historically, between these teams, it's been 6 years since these teams last met, that being in the 2018 Nations League, with Spain winning 2-1 and England also 3-2. The game prior was a friendly. That goes back to 2016, though, which the teams drew 2-2. So goals have been a theme between these teams, but not for some times in there. They haven't played in a while. In other tournaments, though, these nations have met up a few times recently, with Spain winning 1-0 in the 2023 Women's World Cup final, England winning 1-0 in the under-21 final last summer as well. Not necessarily relevant here, but there is some history between these nations in recent big tournaments. For Spain, they've won 8 straight and outscored opponents 22-4 in that time. They have just one loss that being against Colombia, a team that has not lost in forever in their last 18 games. Spain is 16-1-1 in those 18 games. They've outscored their opponents 49-12 in that time. That Colombia game is the only game in their last 16 where they've not scored a goal. With their winners of 16 of 20, and since 2023, giving them the highest win rate of any nation in that time. They've kept a clean sheet in 4 of 8. However, both teams to score has hit in each of the last 3 Spain games. They've only given up multiple goals, though, twice in their past 21 games. So even if Spain does concede, it's rare they give up 2. England, the under 2.5, has gone 6-1 in recent games. All of their games have been nail-biters. They've all been close coin flip games. England have only scored 6 regulation goals in their last 7 games, but they've only allowed 5 goals in their last 8 games as well. Overall, they're 16-7-3. They're undefeated in their last 6 games, and they have just 2 losses in their past 20. Both teams to score bets for them have gone 3-0 and 4-1 as well. So there is some both teams to score history between both of these teams in their last few games. Now, if we look at Spain-England predictions here, I've been backing against England these last couple games, and I don't hate England. I just hate the way they've been playing this tournament, and I think that's a fair sentiment that many people, even England fans, have been saying all tournament long. But they do just keep finding a way to get by. Gareth Southgate just may end up being one of the most disliked England managers of all time, and still managed to get the Three Lions their first major trophy since 1966, which would be an odd turnaround there. Still, I keep repeating it. Seconds away from defeat against Slovakia, minutes away from defeat to Switzerland, minutes away from going to extra time and maybe penalties against the Netherlands, where anything could have happened. And their PK goal by Kane was very questionable to be a PK. If not for that goal, maybe they lose last game against the Netherlands. Maybe Watkins' goal saves them from defeat in the dying seconds instead. And instead of it being the winner, it just sends them to extra time where anything can happen. Obviously, you take away the PK goal, the game could unfold differently. But still, they're just getting by just barely. Now, surely, that is a whole lot of ifs and buts and maybes. But England wins. So if England wins this game, I certainly would not be shocked. They have great players who are just not necessarily playing great this tournament. But the most exciting and consistent team this tournament has clearly been Spain. I'm not sure anybody can really disagree on that. They're a perfect 6-0. They've only needed extra time once in that time to win, and that was against the hosts, Germany. They've not needed last-second tying goals or PKs to get to this point. Spain's path has been much tougher as well. You see wins over Italy, Croatia, Germany, France. England's best opponents, likely Denmark, Switzerland, Netherlands. Now, these teams are decent teams, but they're not great teams. And if not for Watkins' goal, they could have drawn all of those teams in regulation. Now, they've not necessarily seen anything like the Spanish attack yet in this tournament. But at this point, though, if you were looking at a best value bet, the value probably does come in on England at this point. In other games, I've been saying the value is definitely betting against England. Certainly, I would say the value probably is on England in this time. Spain, these odds have lengthened from -150 to -138 over at Bet365. So the money has been coming in on England. It's a final. Anything can happen. And this may just be the year that all the bounces go England's way, even with them not playing great. They do manage to lift that trophy at +110 versus -138 to lift the trophy. You're certainly going to get the better payout if you want to back the Three Lions. Alternatively, you could possibly look to get both teams to score bet to cash. England have big-time players. Spain have scored on everybody, and even 2 against the France team that had not allowed any open play goals previous to that game. So both teams to score at +100 is certainly an option. So if you're looking to not worry about who wins, I would look at both teams to score. If you want the best value, England probably gives you the best value, but I've been picking Spain all tournament long, and they've not let me down. They've looked the best. They're scoring. They are playing well. So I'm going to keep riding with La Roja at -138 to lift the trophy for the Spain-England best bet in this Euros final. So that's what I'm going to ride with. What do you see happening? Spain, England, the over, the under, any player props you like. Share all your Euro 2024 finals picks in the comments. Be sure to give the video a like on your way out as well. And I just want to thank everyone for tuning into these videos all tournament long, and welcome to all the new subscribers that we've gained this past month. We've certainly gained a few hundred new ones, so hopefully everybody has enjoyed these videos, won a few bucks, and I hope to see all of you and hear from all of you soon going forward in the Copas, the MLS, Olympics, Leagues Cup, and more soccer tournaments coming up.